is just fantastic. Captain's log, subdate 210823.2. Subfleet have requested telemetry, which we've doctored, along with a full stocktake on torpedoes. So we've created some quantum casings and loaded them with Tenga eggs. Tentacles crossed, they buy it. Let's do a test. When you hear OnlyFans, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Go. Smut. Breaking. OnlyFans going out of business. Starting in October, players will no longer be able to construct factories in Satisfactory. OnlyFans, more like only go f*** yourself. I just love how the jabroni-beating Iron Sheik is so eloquent with his words. And credible threat, Omegon, one for This Week at Twitter, or twat? Well, this isn't quite This Week at Twitter. It's certainly stupid, but we're going to go into it anyway. Within the tweet that Credible Threat has sent to me is a tweet from Variety, which we'll get to in a moment, don't worry. I thought before we'd actually get into it, I'd just say that this entire situation, even with the reasons provided by OnlyFans, just reeks of poor decisions. There's proof to that, we'll get to it soon. I honestly thought OnlyFans couldn't get any more cringe than when Rachel Dolezal, you know, that fake black girl who's actually white, started an account to avoid claiming welfare so she could post workouts and, of course, her black girl feet. But thankfully, through Variety, we have some additional cringe. So Variety on Twitter, OnlyFans will ban pornography starting in October. I know what you're all thinking, but where will we go now for our exclusive pay-per-view content? Because some people still do that. They pay for it. Disclaimer. Just because I made a joke does not mean I for a second think that performers within the adult industry shouldn't be paid for their work. I have to say that because somebody is undoubtedly going to see this and hear that comment and think, oh my god, he's anti-porn! What a melt! I'm not anti-porn in the slightest. After all, I'm in all the hentai. And I do think premium paid-for content should exist anywhere. And it does. In fact, there are many sites that exist that provide the option of premium content. However, and this is a big issue, for some performers, you have to grow your audience on a site. No doubt many of these creators will have put all their eggs into one basket and grown on, for example, OnlyFans. That has well in excess of 130 million users and last year approved 114,065 creator accounts out of 279,222 applications. To me, having all these options is a great thing because it means no one site, no one company has a monopoly on performers and where they can post their content. It isn't like YouTube where all the alternatives are trash, except BitChute, but it doesn't have the traffic. Whereas many of the adult sites, if anyone's looked at the statistics before, they're nuts, show that many sites get vast sums of traffic. OnlyFans, for those who don't know, shot to fame in 2016 because many of its creators post content in the NSFW area. I had thought back then it was a alternative to Patreon, because Patreon was very much in control of what they would allow on their site, and adult content was not on the menu, boys. There are creators also on OnlyFans that use it for fitness, cooking, comedy, health, music, foot pictures, but because of the NSFW wing, which includes lewd, suggestive, nude to full-on oingy boingy bang bang fun time giggity goo, it does not have, for example, something as simple as an app on the Android or Apple store. Adult content is not kid-friendly, and as is well established, if you have a smartphone, apparently you're a child. Since OnlyFans' creation, it has paid out more than $5 billion to creators worldwide. And you can be sure the vast amounts of that went to creators like Belle Delphine, who teased for ages apparently. Bad Barbie. Is that her name? Bad Baby? Barbie? There's too many H's. Cardi B, Bella Thorne, who many blamed for payout issues when she first joined. There is a very lengthy list of those who have OnlyFans accounts as creators, and I don't know any of them. But I'm very much aware Tana Mongoose has one, because she's been picked on a bit for it. I personally can't hate the player. If you have it, use it, flaunt it, milk it. Although I'm sure there's a fetish for that as well. OnlyFans last week did launch OF TV, which is a free streaming service that does not include any sexually explicit material, but it does feature original content from more than 100 OnlyFans creators. Congratulations. So perhaps now will be a good time to have a little look at the statement they have provided to Variety. Effective October the 1st, 2021, OnlyFans will prohibit the posting of any content containing sexually explicit conduct in order to ensure the long-term sustainability of the platform and to continue to host an inclusive community of creators and fans. We must evolve our content guidelines. They've also said that you can in fact post content containing nudity as long as it is consistent with our acceptable use policy, and that they will be sharing more details in the coming days. They will actively support and guide creators through this change in content guidelines. OnlyFans remains committed to the highest levels of safety and content moderation of any social platform. All creators are verified prior to being able to upload any content to OnlyFans, and all uploaded content is checked by automated systems and human moderators. Wait, this is YouTube? Okay, so I have some bones I'd like to pick, not the big one. The first one, in order to ensure the long-term sustainability of the platform by cancelling the smut. Okay. Next point, which contradicts this, and to continue to host an inclusive community. You dipshits. OnlyFans remains committed to the highest levels of safety and content moderation, to which they then reference the very systems YouTube uses. And if they are anything like YouTube systems, which I'm sure you've just asked for a quick copy of, no doubt it was written on Visual Basic on a Windows 3.1 laptop, where the T, H, I, and S do not work, will run so smoothly, just like the YouTube version. According to OnlyFans or YouTube's own numbers, depending on which one you're looking at here, 1 million creators use it for explicit content, and the site has been known as a source of income for sex workers, which during the pandemic they needed. But here we come to the motivating factor, the real motivator that got OnlyFans to move elsewhere. In recent months, OnlyFans has been trying to drive up investor interest, which came from a report from Axios. So the decision to eliminate the content could help the platform lure in investors that may be wary of the site's NSFW brand. Thing is, this has been going on for a while, so it was hardly a surprise. One would have certainly hoped many of the sex workers could have moved their content or moved to another site, or spread themselves out like butter on bread. But OnlyFans maybe where they built themselves to simply move somewhere else isn't as easy as that. In my notes I've written 3 questions. What are the options for the smut videos? Yes, I wrote that. The answer is too many to list, and in fact I earlier addressed it. Is this a bad business decision? It depends on your interpretation on business. OnlyFans has a considerable NSFW wing. Does it or will it affect negatively everywhere else? Only time will actually tell. Does this look bad on the adult work industry? Yes. And the word I've got written down here is Monopoly couldn't be any more appropriate. Okay, that's more than one word, in fact it's 5. My apologies. There is of course a lot more to it than one simple word, yes. However, to go through that would take far too long. I do think that there are many options available to many of these creators and workers, yes. But I will stand by it that I think it's a bad idea for OnlyFans to move away from something that really popularized their platform, because now they decided to try and become more PG. We didn't even get the Attitude Era or the Ruthless Aggression Era, and Ruthless Aggression was a joke. I'd like to see OnlyFans do a version of it. Actually, you know what? There's a kink for that as well. We don't need that in our lives. With this subject, I'd like to know what you think, so please do let me know in the comments down below. As a final thing, I'm going to be streaming on Twitch tonight, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. If I don't see you there, have a fantastic, rest of your day. Bit late, sorry. Thank you all very much for listening.